Howdy, music fans. Thanks for joining me. This is, I'm going to jump on Richard McCook's thread. I've seen a couple people do it. Um, I saw Rob Walker do it. I saw Gary from Physical Format Rock and Roll do it. And I forget who else, but I'm going to answer his 10 questions here. What is more important to you, views or subscribers? And I've heard some interesting answers, and it's made me think about all of this. All of these questions I've thought about because of these answers. And they're kind of informing my answers. I don't know. Views, I guess, because I want people to engage and I want to talk with them, and hopefully a view will spark a conversation. But subscribers are important to grow your channel because the more people you reach, the more people are going to see it, theoretically. But I don't know about all the algorithms and how the stuff works. So I don't know, maybe they're equally important. I'm guessing views are more important because, like I say, that's more exposure and then possible opportunities for conversation and connection. So I guess views, but I want more subscribers too. And I'm trying to figure out how that works, how to make that happen. Okay, number two, do you have an optimum length for your videos? No, like others, I think it depends on the topic. I'm kind of all over the place. Some things I kind of rush through a little because I want it to be a short video and I know it's going to be a long one. I recently made um, episode number 2 for my Superstars of Country, which I'll post next Thursday at 8 a.m. And the first one was 45 minutes, and something happened where my phone cut off or whatever, and the video ended up in 2 parts, even though it didn't stop, which was really just bizarre. I have no clue how that happened. And so I tried to put it back together, and when I put it back together in Movie Maker, it ended up being over an hour and 7 minutes, and I kept looking for big gaps and I couldn't find them, and then when I posted it, there's a big gap. So I redid the video and I got it down to 26 or 27 minutes. So a dry run through is a good idea, first run, to make them shorter. But anyway, I digress. It depends on what it is. I like doing short, quick, ones, because if something comes in the mail or an unboxing or it's just one thing, I think those can be really fun because people will look at the time and they'll say, oh, maybe I'll watch that, I'll engage. If they get too long, 15 minutes and more, I don't know if that'll attract people or not. My first Superstars of Country video, Johnny Cash, has only gotten 2 views so far, and it's 25 minutes. Maybe that's part of the reason. So yeah, I think it depends on what it is, but I'd say between 7 and 15 minutes, depending on what it is, right? And some shorter than 5 minutes are great too. But then there's one channel, Shannon D Talks Music, who does a lot of long videos, and she's very engaging and interesting and has a lot of great, cool, intelligent things to say. And so she can make a longer video because I'll stay engaged and involved and enjoy listening to what she has to say. Number 3, is it a chore making videos, or are you addicted to it, and do you still get nervous? So I'm not addicted to it, but it keeps me up at night. My mind races with ideas for videos, and I think about it. And part of that I think has to do with COVID. That's when I started this, is in COVID, and I don't, there's not a lot of connection otherwise. I'm sure after COVID this might drop off some. I don't know, but I wouldn't say it's a chore, but I have a weird psychological thing where everything's a chore when I get to it. I mean, I've even gotten to a point where I've had a ticket to a show I really want to go to, and I bought it, and I was so excited. And then last minute, I got anxious, social anxiety, and I'm like, I don't want to go to a show. I don't want to deal with being at a show, people talking, or it being, too crazy for me. I'm an old curmudgeon or whatever, and I've sold a couple of tickets, which I regret now. And I knew I would ahead of time. I gave it a lot of thought. Usually they were on weeknights though, when I had to get up early the next day, and that's always a pain too. And so get up for work the next day. But anyway, I have this thing where I make everything a chore. So sometimes I get excited when I have a chunk of time and I can make some videos, and then I just freeze and I'm like, well, which one do I want to do next? And maybe that's not so much as the obligation factor as it is having too much to pick from, because I got a lot of ideas going, and I'm like, well, I got to make this video, and I want to make this video, and I've got this list of videos I want to make. But I think it's also just kind of an excuse to freeze and not do anything sometimes. But when I'm making the video, I enjoy it, and I enjoy posting it, and I really enjoy the response. And now that I've gotten faster internet speed and it doesn't take up my streaming TV also to post a video and take 9 hours to post a video, uh, it's going to go much smoother anyway, the posting. I enjoy the interaction, of course, after the video, but sometimes I'm disappointed when there isn't any or there's very little. But I wouldn't say it's a chore, really, in essence, to make the videos. I do enjoy them, and I enjoy the community and other people's, the connection, other people's videos. Getting nervous. When I was a kid, I got nervous speaking in front of people. I hated it. It was awful. I had some very horrible experiences with my eyes welling up with tears, the jello legs, and the knees wobbly, and the sweating, and the everything. And a couple of times it was a tough experience in school, very embarrassing, and teacher didn't handle it well, and it was awful. And somehow I got to this point where I could play live shows in front of people. I don't know how or why, and I played 95% my own songs, or more than 95% my own songs. So, and I'm a teacher, and I was a substitute teacher for a long time. So I went into a new classroom every day and was in front of kids and people every day. So I don't really get nervous. Sometimes I rush a little bit because I want to get everything in, and sometimes I forget things. Gary mentioned that over at Physical Format Rock and Roll. I feel the same way, but I don't get nervous. How do you react to bad negative comments on your video? Well, I haven't had any yet. But I haven't had, maybe that's because my channel's growing so slow. I had one person make some comments that were a little bit curt or tactless, but they were not rude, they weren't mean, they weren't negative, and they were true. They were all correct. She was right, or I assume it was a she. They were correcting me about some mistakes I made in my video. And I found it helpful, and I responded, and we got into a back and forth and some nice conversation, and it ended up really nice. At first, I kind of was like, well, that was kind of curt or kind of short. Maybe could have said that a little nicer, but you can't interpret this stuff when you're talking through typing. You know what I mean? People's tones and attitudes, and so that was not really a negative comment, and it ended up into a good conversation. And for me, and it ended up me putting some important corrections in the description box in my video, and so that that was good. So far I haven't had negative comments, but I'd like to think I could handle them well and just kind of let them roll off my back. I don't know yet. Number 5, do you ever buy records just to show on your channel? Well, of course, you guys know I don't buy records, but but I haven't bought CDs just to show on my channel yet, but I do get excited when I get something, buy something, or see something that I'm going to get online that I'm like, wow, I want to show this on my channel. And every now and then it's been a little bit of a nudge, like it's an added incentive to get something, but I don't know that it's actually been the whole reason to buy something yet. Number 6, how would you like to improve your channel? Well, I would love to know the answer to that question because I think improving it means growing it also, and I'd like to know how to grow it. But as far as improving it goes, I think this should be about sitting down, for me anyway, it should be about sitting down and sharing my collection and connecting and having some rapport with people. And so I don't really, I don't know. I don't want to get into editing. I don't want to get into adding all kinds of stuff. I just recently started replacing the thumbnail picture with, instead of me, some clip from me, I try to find a picture, and that's about as fancy as I think I'm going to get, most likely. I would like to get a tripod, I think, for my little table here, so that when I do that, my camera doesn't shake. I have one of these bendy arms that holds my phone in place to do my videos. What are your thoughts on live streams? Is number 7. I don't have any thoughts yet because I haven't really checked them out. I look at them, and again, like some people, I'm guilty of looking at the length and being like, it's a bit long. I have seen some live stream concerts that I've enjoyed tremendously because I love seeing the comments go by. And I know Sea of Tranquility does them. I know Rachel the Music Man does them, and they look interesting. I would probably have to usually watch them after the fact because they usually come on during the workday. Even though we're working from home, I'm engaging with students and kids and teachers and stuff. I can't really do it during the day. Um, I don't know the answer to that question yet because I haven't checked them out, so I don't know what my thoughts are. I'm guessing some might be really interesting because you're engaging at the same time. Oh, you know what? I've watched a few where there's a panel of people that have been interesting and I've enjoyed, um, but I haven't really yet experienced live streams. Number 8, what is your most viewed video and are you surprised? Well, oh boy, I forgot to research this before I started this video, but I believe if it's as far as my collecting videos, it's my concert film. I did a series of 4 videos of my concert ticket stubs, and I talk about the concerts and the experiences. And the first one has gotten like I don't know over close to 800 views. And some of you are probably going, "What? That's nothing." I'm like, "Wow!" If I get 20 views, I'm like, "Wow!" So that one I think is the one. As far as CDs go, oh, you know what? My Dire Straits box set got about 1,000, has gotten 1,000 or more, and that was an unboxing of that. And then my video of my whole collection, which I'm going to do a new one, a re-up of that one soon because it's grown so much, has gotten, I don't know, close to 400 maybe. So, I'm not really jumping up there in the views. I did post something that is not of me or anything of mine. It's a video of Willie Nelson, Billy Joe Shaver, John Hyatt, and Jimmy Dale Gilmore in a round robin of singing, playing guitar and singing songs. And it's the only place I've ever seen it is in my collection. So I posted it, and it got 37 or 38,000 views, and the video got degraded over time. I don't know how that happened. So I've reposted it a couple months ago maybe, and now it's past 500 views already. But that, of course, has nothing to do with me or my channel. So I guess it's my Dire Straits video got 1,000, and yes, it has surprised me because I don't know. I think maybe I was the only one to do it when I first did it. I was maybe one of the first ones to do that video, but I was kind of shocked that video got that much response. I guess it was it was highly anticipated, maybe. I'm not surprised that my concert ticket stubs gotten a lot of views because that seems to me really interesting. That's one of the first things I did as far as collections. I did that a couple years ago before I started doing this 9 months ago. And then I'm not surprised that my video of my whole collection has gotten more views because I've posted it as on my top of my page, so people will see it first, and it might be interesting to people because it's the whole thing. But I was very surprised about the Dire Straits. I'm glad I remembered that, actually. Have you ever made a video where you have not been wearing trousers? I absolutely love this question, and I like people's surprise at the question. The fact that people think it's weird. I don't think it's weird at all that question's there. I think it's absolutely perfect and appropriate. Even without COVID, I think that's an appropriate question to ask because I'm at home. Why would I wear pants? So, I'm American, so I don't call them trousers much. But I don't know if I have. I'm wearing jeans right now, and I can prove it because I can lift my knee, and there they are. But in general, I usually am wearing sweats or something. But I'm sure I've made videos in boxers. I'm sure I have. I just can't call to mind. Last question, 10. How long do you intend making videos? And like Gary from Physical Format, as long as I'm enjoying it, like I said earlier, I think it'll probably fall off after COVID. People will start, we'll make them a little bit less, and I might be one of those people. But as long as I get connection and reaction, and I'm enjoying making the videos, and I'm part of a community of people that are also doing it, I'll continue. So there's no intention or not intention. It's just gonna go as long as it does. I'll make them as long as I do. I don't know. I was a songwriter since I was in my early teens, and I still consider myself a songwriter, but I go 1 or 2 years sometimes without writing a song. And then I've had times where I've written 3 or 4 or 5 songs in a week, and over, I don't know, 30 or plus years of writing songs, I've written a lot of songs, but now I'm not even playing my guitar lately, which is odd because it's COVID. So there's no intention about it. I'm going to make videos as long as I like to make videos. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and have a great day.